What is going on, guys? It's Extreme here, and yes, it is time once again for another episode of my Road to Max Prestige. And for those of you that are new here, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. No, screw it. Yeah, I am. If you're new here, I come up with new episodes every day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And of course, you can always follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Links are down in the description below. Also, the handles are on screen. So, yeah, hit me up. It's always good to hear from you guys. Anyways, what I want to talk to you guys about today is my dad. And the thing is, my dad is a very unique man. I really don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, I can tell you the basic stuff like retired Navy, served for over 20 years, loved what he did, hated the fact that he was basically forced out. He served in Vietnam, and he almost served in Desert Storm. His unit got pulled as the whole thing was pretty much over before he got a chance to go over there. My mother was thrilled. I really didn't give a crap because I didn't know what the fuck was going on at the time. I think I was like 7, 8, somewhere around there. I don't know. I don't know. It was it's a weird thing with my dad because I could tell you the military stuff, and that's a pretty short list because my memory of my dad as a kid isn't that great because he wasn't around. Now, it wasn't that he didn't want to be around. It's that he was busy working. He was doing what he needed to do to provide for, me and my brothers and my mom. And he did a good job of that. He would wind up working for Domino's Pizza, then he would work for an attorney delivery service. He was a busy man, and he loves what he's done. He misses, of all the stuff he's done, he misses being in the Navy because it's just I wouldn't say it's all he knew, but it's what he was comfortable with, and it was kind of taken from him. So that kind of changed his outlook and how he lived after that happened. But my dad is a really interesting person, and I say that again because I think I've before mentioned that my dad is a type of person that will go on and on and on and fucking on about the most random, useless crap you can possibly imagine. Don't get me wrong, I love my dad, and sometimes he'll tell stories about when he was a kid, which, by the way, he grew up in Lexington, Kentucky. I have no clue, other than the fact that, he was in the military, he was stationed in LA, that's where he met my mom. I don't know how the hell he went from Lexington, Kentucky to California and survived, because yeah, that era, different time. Just saying. So he will go on though, on and on and on about completely random, useless stuff. Either history stuff, because my dad's a huge history buff, and the man loves novelty information. And I wouldn't say history is novelty, but he goes for the more obscure stuff that no one really gives a crap about. Like how many ships were in harbor when such and such event happened, or something like that. You're sitting there going, why do you give a shit about this? And he has an answer for you for that as well. It's like, God damn it, old man, come on, give me a break. But I love my dad, and my relationship with him isn't strained, but growing up, being the oldest, I didn't have all the time with him that my brothers did, and I came to resent my dad because growing up, real quick, it was made clear that while he was away, I had to help my mom, and that sucked because I didn't get to be a kid. I really didn't. So, do I blame my dad for that? Yes. Do I hate my dad at all? No. It made me a much stronger, more adult, mature person, which is great for dealing with women, especially. Hell yeah. Part of the reasons why I've slept with over 22 women is because I know how to be respectful and how to be mature and all that fun stuff, and that seems to be a huge turn on for women. Hint, hint. Just saying. have no idea why I just did that. Anyways, but the thing about my dad that I really wish I knew more of is why. Just why. That pretty much sums it up. I mean, you can ask 1,000,001 questions to my dad, and he'll never give you a straight answer. By the way, when I saw that fucker, I about pissed my pants just now. Seriously, I forgot that happened in the gameplay. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, I'm good. But my dad's he's a sci-fi buff, and not like, okay, I was gonna say not like Star Trek and Star Wars, but yes, he gets in those too. It's one of the reasons why I love Star Wars. Not so much Star Trek, but my dad, fucking Star Trek nut. Oh god, that actually reminds me of back when I think it was the Next Generation series was out. My dad went out and for his birthday, my mom got him a communicator device. He could hit the thing and it made noises and other fun stuff, and she got it for him. And he played with it until I broke it. Yeah, until I broke it. I got tired of hearing that fucking beep. Because the damn thing, for some strange reason, I don't know what happened, but it would just beep randomly. And my dad liked to leave it in my room at night, and it would wake me up. So finally, I just grabbed it and broke it after about 3 days. He came in, was like, "What did you do?" "Nothing." I may have stepped on it by accident. Anyways, not really talking too much about my dad here, and the reason I'm doing that is my dad is a very complicated person. He hides his emotions. He keeps to himself a lot. It has taken me many years to drag out of him the most basic of information that he would readily have shared with my mom. Now, unlike my mom, I have learned from dealing with my father over the years, and my mom did too, but my mom wasn't good at getting my dad to completely admit what the fuck was going on. And my dad was notorious when we were growing up for poorly, and I mean poorly, managing money. Oh yeah, we got the money, we're fine. Or not. And the power goes out, or cable goes off, or we're getting a potential eviction notice, you know? My dad was horrible with money. He's still horrible with money. What am I talking about? The man, he plans too much, and then when something fucks up his plans, he gets completely fucked up and he just doesn't know what to do. So he just continues to make mistakes. And unfortunately, I suffer for it. Why me? But I love my dad very much, you guys, and I could sit here and go on and on about the negatives, but the positives, I mean, he would never stop trying to spend time with me and my brothers. I remember I was supposed to go on a tiger cruise with him. It was one of the only chances I ever got to go, but due to an issue, I couldn't go. The issue being, they were getting ready to leave, and I got sick. So what did my dad do? When they got back, he went out of his way to get me permission to come on board for a day. Not a whole day, but for a day I was able to go on board, and I had full access to the ship. I could go everywhere, look at everything. Hell, I was even allowed to touch buttons. And as a kid, you want to touch buttons, and I got to touch buttons, so I was like, fuck yeah! So that's the type of person my dad was. And my dad I wouldn't say my dad had any pull. He didn't really have a high rank in the military, but his position gave him some authority. And the people trusted him, and they knew they could trust his family. So it was something that, you know, I coveted. You know, I love the fact that people wanted to spend time with my dad, and they wanted to spend time with me and my dad. And I remember, because we used to have, Miramar was a Navy base, and on the Navy base, that's how I remember it. There was a racquetball court, and we'd go there all the time. Me, my brothers, and my dad, and we just go nuts playing racquetball. No joke. My dad got me and my brothers to play racquetball at about 9, 10 years old, and we would play over and over and over again, until finally we were so freaking exhausted. We take a little break, have a Lunchable, have a juice pack, go right back into it. And that's how we would spend our weekends with our dad. And it was fun. My dad tried to do, you know, he wouldn't spend like a few hours with us. He would spend a whole fucking weekend doing whatever the fuck we wanted if he could. And my dad took every opportunity he had as, you know, we were kids to spend with me and my brothers. And there goes a fucking ambulance, I think. I don't know. I swear to God, I don't live in the ghetto. I just live right near a fucking dispatch area, okay? I swear, if I lived in the ghetto, I'd be in a lot more trouble. But no, I just live really close to a dispatch area, you guys. For those of you wondering, I finally figured out why I constantly hear sirens. But that's my dad, though, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not really telling a whole lot of stories because my dad really is a complicated person, and to try and fit all of it into one single video, fuck, man, I'd be here all day. I don't want to do this all day. I love my dad. Not that much. No, I'm kidding. I love my dad very much, and I'm glad I still have him. I gotta be honest with you guys. I've seen my dad cry a very few handful of times in my life, because like I said, my dad, he holds his emotions and he doesn't let them out. I get it from him. And when my mom passed, man, to see my dad literally just change overnight. He went from this real quiet, subdued, rather calm adult to this quiet, constantly sad, depressed, defeated old man. And that's the only memory I wish I didn't have of my dad. There's a lot of things my dad's done over the years that I will remember that are not pleasant. That's the one memory I just wish I could erase from my memory, is seeing my dad so hurt and upset when my mom died. Because, I don't know, I just, it bothered me, and it still bothers me. And if I know my mom as well as I think I do, she would be proud of him right now, because he's gone back to school and doing something with his life. So, anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I know I wasn't very forthcoming with anything about my dad in this one, but I will try again sometime soon. Until next time, though, guys, I'm out of here. Adios. And I as you could say, pain memory, and my nuts are starting to hate me. And so I'm sitting there, and for the record, if you picture it, hang on. Just imagine, if you will, not that far of a distance, but say I am exactly where I am. You guys see me on screen, and my mom is about, hang on, I'm trying to think of something. Okay, say that, the bush to the right, okay? She's maybe that far away from me, okay, except in the opposite direction. So she's on the left-hand side, I'm on the right-hand side to her. And so, again, I'm behind her when she does this. She grabs the lock, and she's pissed at my brother and throws it